Harj here, and in today's video we're going to do an analysis of a video clip that was sent to me by a student. I really like this clip. It's got a lot of good teaching points relating to weapon access and a lot of things that we can take away from it. And then at the end we've built some drills around it so you can start to improve your combative efficiency. But first we'll take a look at the video, then we'll do a little bit of a breakdown, and then we'll stick around and then we'll have a look at the drills at the end. All right?
Oh shit, you would have been bad. Would you fucking match it? Back on the shite. Shit!
I've seen that clip a few times, and the little skip at the end always cracks me up. All right, so let's have a quick breakdown of the video. Okay, so the video starts with the capture of London. Nothing new there. But to be honest, this is happening in cities all around the world, and we know that knife crime is on the up, as well as personal carry of illegal weapons is on the up as well. That's one of the assumptions that you need to make in the street, that generally if you're dealing with some special character, that they may be armed. Okay, so somebody's filming. This could be part of a deliberate setup, but to me that seems unlikely. What seems more likely is that these two lads had a bit of verbal, and that's piqued somebody's interest, and they've whipped their phone out and started recording. And you can see the gentleman on the left here, we'll call him subject A, approaches and says something like, "What you say?" which is already the start of the interview. Part of the interview, then we get the closing of the distance. So the two lads are almost chest to chest now. Not a good part. If this other lad here on the right was, we'll call him subject B, actually had a weapon to hand and he started to use the weapon straight away, the guy on the left would have no chance of retaliation or even defending himself. Dealing with somebody unknown, you want to maintain that distance that we often talk about. But in this case, the distance is closed and something is being said.
Oh shit, you would have been bad. Would you fucking match it? Back on the shite.
So we see that the two guys are close. We see that subject B pushes A away and achieves two things. It creates distance between him and the other guy, but also surreptitiously shifts his weight and obscures his hand, which allows him to create the distance and time for him to access the weapon, which you see him start to do.
Would you fucking match it? Back on the shite.
And he also gives another obvious pre-threat cue, where he verbalises that he's going to shank him. I mean, I don't know how much more information you need than that. And here now we can see the obvious shape. All right, so we need to pay attention. Hands tucked into the waistband, in not a normal position to be in. All right. No, you don't have conversations with people like this, so that's the thing that we want to pay attention to. Then we start to see A make a move and immediately start to retaliate. Now, let's address one thing first here. People will say, well, if he spotted that cue, why didn't he run? Yeah, running's an option, right? But you've got to understand there are windows of opportunity, and often the window of opportunity of running is quite narrow and dissipates quite quickly. So once it's gone, it's gone. Running isn't for everybody. Right? Not everybody has the legs to do it. You might be injured. You might not. You might have somebody to immediately care about, so you can't just run off. Also, people chase you, right? Just because you can run doesn't mean that the other person won't give chase. And you see it numerous times in stories of stabbing amongst youth. Is that people are chased down, and it doesn't matter until where they're chased to. Just that the A fatigues enough so that the other group of lads can catch up and then to start stabbing him. So running is an option, but it's one that presents itself for a short period of time and is really only applicable to a small amount of people. It's not the same as running your personal best in a straight line on the track. This is running all out for your life in a zigzag type fashion with obstacles in the way. So mistakes can happen. So yes, option is running is an option, but in some cases it's not always there. With this guy here now, what's he do? He takes the option to engage. So he pins the arm and then he starts striking the face repeatedly. So in this case, it's a good shout. I have to stop it there because that's fucking brilliant. So he bangs him twice in the face, and then he brings the environment into it, whether he wanted to or not. But he makes that beautiful sound of that guy's head on the lamppost on the bus stop, and then disengages and goes. Look at what he does. He makes simple strikes, and he doesn't give too many as well. So he gives two to the face, brings in the environment, and then tactically disengages. because he's just created enough of an opportunity for him to escape. Like I said before, he may have just turned and fled straight away, but this guy may have had the legs to immediately just run after him and chop him down. So what he recognised in that moment was, I need to stun this guy a little bit, make him a bit groggy, and then go. He missed the opportunity to run. For whatever reason, he didn't manage the situation too well, personally I believe, but there was a separation of distance. He picked up on the cue of the guy shifting weight and accessing the weapon, and then took action. And how did he take action? Pin the arm, hit the guy in the face repeatedly, tactically disengaged, and fucked off. All in all, a good job. Okay, so the first part of the drill is the cue recognition. So this comes from South Nart's cue cluster drill. So this is just saying what you see. So you're looking for identifiable cues, so that could be a shift in weight, an obscurement in hand, or even the two together, or even the kind of access in the garment. Once you see that, your partner do it, you will point and say cue. Alright, so this is how it looks.
Cue. 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 Cue.
Pretty straightforward. Now that we recognise the cues, now it's time to do something about it. Now, in the case of weapon access, in terms of this video, what we want to do is just jam it very quickly. So I don't care which hand it is, you're literally just going to add some pressure to it. Alright, so it could be the left, it could be the right, whatever it is. Once we've had a play with that, I'm just jamming it very quickly. We can't stay there all day, so we need to start offering some impact. So we're going to start from a pinned position. Just pin my hand from here. I'm going to offer the pad over the shoulder. It's just going to hit through. You want to hit it as you're taking his space. Right. That's good. Now we go with 2 shots. Good. Hit it with something simple, not too complicated, and nothing that's going to compromise your distance. Now what we'll do is we'll add the cue. So what will happen is the pad will be up and there'll be a draw for the weapon, in which case you've got to pin it, hit it. Then just add maybe another extra strike and fuck off. Simulating that that's the exit. Job done.
Hi there, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it and the content that we're putting together. If you did, then it would really help if you could like the video and subscribe to help us grow. Feel free to comment or tell us what you'd like to see on here. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.